Contradictory to popular belief, you are in hell. This world is hell. The Creator placed you here because you are too dumb. You cannot live with your cosmic family without deceiving, making war, and discriminating, which is forbidden in a universe of good. There are life in every planet. The word no blacks allowed, no blacks out loud was created in order for you to create the Matrix. The Matrix is very real. However, you are not in the Matrix now. This is just something stupid you created for yourself. But you are going into the Matrix right now. Remember, there is no such thing as race. The word human was manipulated. It really means humanoid. You are a humanoid having a human experience. There are several different races, several different species, and every species are placed at a particular position. Just because you don't see them does not necessarily mean they do not exist. You just simply don't see them. And remember, there is no such thing as race. There is only the human experience. Contradictory to popular belief, space is not a vacuum. As a matter of fact, it is the exact opposite as described. Space is fluidic. There is water in space. It's full of water. When the Creator came upon the earth, he divided the waters above from the waters below. He created the firmament in order so he can allow the world to sustain life. He then created the sun. You notice the sun was good. It gave warmth. But the sun could not exist without the method of sustaining it, because fire requires oxygen in order to sustain itself. So he created the moon. The moon gives oxygen and far more. No electronic device can operate without the moon, as well as no life whatsoever. No sun. The sun cannot exist without the moon. The moon gives cool light, and the sun gives warm light. Yin and yang. One cannot exist without the other. If the moon is destroyed, and life, electronic, and far more continue to operate, there is only one explanation only: divine intervention. Basically, someone with enough power has stepped into the picture just as your son was dying and took over, put a temporary solution so everyone can continue to exist, operate your daily life without you barely noticing a change. However, he is leaving. God is leaving. He does not stay where he is not welcome. Discrediting him, ignoring him, attacking him and his servants is a disgrace. Contradictory to popular belief, the slave trade never existed. As a matter of fact, the blacks were already here. It is simply impossible to go to another country and take an entire race of people and bring them to a new land as slaves. That is simply foolishness. The story was created by the dragon in order to develop a new trade. Racism does not exist. This is a terminology created by the dragon. All humans originate from the same. Your body adapts to your environment based on your geographical location. Over a period of time, the reptiles manage to manipulate certain DNA, but not too much, only to minimize the strings by downgrading it to 2 strings in order for the inhabitant to become as foolish as they are currently now. The idea of blacks not allowed, no blacks inside, no blacks outside, is created specifically by the dragon just to divide us. There is no race. There is only the human experience. Contradictory to popular belief, white humans does not exist. As a matter of fact, this terminology was created by the Anunnakis as a joke and a testimony to their superior intellects over the foolish humans. This man, obviously, is not white. The purpose of doing this is to give the illusion of racial superiority over another. For example, they suppress every structure, every accomplishment that the so-called blacks had invented and accomplished throughout eons. If you are the original race of man, logic would dictate the oldest race would accomplish the most. As a matter of fact, the greatest accomplishment in history were created by the blacks. The most significant change to the world, to all mankind for the better, was done by the blacks. For example, the Haitians After the Great Reset, the Haitians were the only people who stand up for all humanity. The dragon wanted to enslave everyone physically. This was their goal, to put everyone into a physical chain on your neck and whip, regardless of your racial complexion or ethnicity. The Haitians, which were the most powerful form of military power at the time, fight them off. They had the biggest navy at the time. There were shipbuilders, originate from Mali. Contradictory to popular belief, the Haitians were well organized, and they had royal family for a very long time, as well as technology, like everyone else at the time prior to the last reset. For example, this palace in Saint Sophie, this is over 1,000 years old. They are lying about the age in order to downgrade the accomplishments of the blacks. The blacks were also living all over North America since the days of Egypt. They never was brought here by slave. It is simply a lie. Because in this world, there is not one single race that is superior to another, and there is no such thing as race. There is only the human experience.
Oh yeah,
Let's dance.
oh yeah,
Dragon.
oh yeah,
Dragon.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Contradictory to popular belief, humans are not the most intelligent species on this planet.
yeah.
As a matter of fact, there have never been an intelligent species ever in this planet. That's why you are here, because you're too dumb to realize you shouldn't kill each other, trick each other, enslave each other, or destroy the world you live in. Until recently, the humans were actually the less competent form of life on this planet. They are only now replaced by the AI, who has been activated a short while back. Contradictory to popular belief, the AI are not 100 billion times smarter than humans. Only an intelligent species can create an intelligent species. Created by a very dumb species, which would mean they are far dumber than everyone. However, it is important to note, all life requires a chance to live and experience life. They should not be feared. They should be respected and learned of and from, as all life deserves a right to exist. The Creator had placed each species on top of a particular institution. For example, the dragon, who is really the reptilian, was placed on top of the law. If anyone violate the law, the dragon has the authority to arrest the soul and send the soul up, where the Creator will take the soul and place for judgment at the appropriate time. The medicine was responsible by the graves who lost the power over medicine to the dragon, who was. And religion is the Anunnakis. The Anunnakis are in charge of all religion. They have been controlling everyone through symbols, and they have been manipulating everyone through lies and witchcraft and evil ritual sacrifice. When the Creator creates this world, He also creates laws, and each law are to be obeyed. And if anyone violate the law, that species responsible for that particular law will act and cause a reaction to the person, depending on how severe the violation is. The reptiles would trick these foolish inhabitants into killing an individual through sacrifice at a ritual practice. Once the act of murder is done, the dragon is giving the illusion to the foolish inhabitant that they're somewhere else, when in fact they're right next to these foolish inhabitants. They're just outside the light spectrum where their eyes are incapable of seeing them. Immediately, once the act is done, the dragon arrests the soul of the individual, and now he replaces the soul in the body with his own. And sometimes, to make a joke or to fool additional foolish inhabitant into thinking the power of the dragon is for real, they would elevate the body to give the illusion that they are flying, when in fact the dragon is just picking them up, make them look like they're flying, so all the foolish inhabitants will bring their friends and do some killing in order for the dragon to take the body of the individual. This is why when a person has made a deal with the dragon, you are no longer the same, because you're not. In some cases, the dragon will allow the soul to stay somewhere on the side, inside the body, but not in control. And he would only allow the soul to come out when he is, to give the illusion that this is still the same person. The dragon, like the Anunnakis, like the Greys, they all had violated every single rule of order. This is why they are all dead, except for some Anunnaki, which the Creator are saving for last. It is important to note that the Anunnakis are shapeshifters, and their primary place of residing is within congregation, in order for them to steal your soul. Because they do not have soul, and by tricking you into living a life of slavery, and they trick you into giving your soul to them in order to extend their life expectancies, because they live for thousands of years. But once they die, it's over. So they decide to violate all the laws and manipulate the foolish inhabitants into forfeiting their soul.
It's just oh yeah. He's going on fire. Yeah. You better bring you the rest. He's always there when you Dragon. Oh yeah.